Welcome to another Homebrew Wednesday video, and today we're going to be making a blueberry wine. And the blueberries I'm going to be using today are blueberries out of my freezer from last year's harvest. So they were frozen for about 6 months, and we're going to be putting them into the bucket today, frozen, and we're going to let them break down and defrost with the water, because the freezing them does help to break down the fruit. Get as much juice out of it as you can. My blueberries. So in there we have got 1.4 kilos of blueberries. It's to pour over your water, and for that we are going to use, the first one we pour over is going to be a boiling water. And then we're going to top it up, so that is 1.5 litres. And the next thing we need to do is, we need to add in a kilo of sugar. And that's just ordinary white granulated sugar. And then I'm just going to stir them together so that the sugar dissolves into the water. And to stir them together, I'm going to use a sterilised plastic spoon. While my water's still quite hot, is use a masher, potato masher, and I just want to get in there and mash the fruit as best as I can to burst all the skins. As you can see, I've squished all of the fruit, and that has turned it into a nice pink liquid. It's not pureed, but it's just enough to split the skins. I've got my phone that keeps beeping, sorry. Add more water, so another 3 litres of water, so that makes it 4.5 litres altogether. So that gives us about a gallon's worth of wine at the end. Okay, so I'll just stir all that together. So the next thing I need to add is 2 teaspoons of citric acid. So these are half a teaspoon, so I'm going to use 4. Or you could use lemon juice. So that's that added. You just want to use your sterilised spoon to stir it all in. Of the pectolase. So that's the young pectolase. I'm going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of wine tannin, because I think the blueberries have a lot of tannin in the skins anyway, so we don't need to add too much. So that's 1/8 of that. or you could use the cup of tea method of doing it as well. And the last thing we need to add is 1 crushed campden tablet. So I'm just going to crush that between my sterilised spoons. I'm going to add the lid onto this now, and then we'll leave it for 24 hours for the campden tablet to start working. We can't pitch our yeast for 24 hours because otherwise the campden tablet will actually kill the yeast. So that'll come down to room temperature, and then we'll start the next video tomorrow. And into our mixture, we're just going to add our yeast and also our yeast. So about a week ago we pitched our yeast and yeast nutrient, and we left this to ferment in the bucket. And as you can see, all the buzzing has stopped now, so the yeast is slowing down, so we're going to move it on to the demijohn for the secondary fermentation. It's with a sterilised potato masher. I just want to go in and squish that fruit a bit more, make sure I get all the juices out of it. And this will just break the skins and make sure all of the juice is out of it. What we're going to do is just pour out of the bucket and through the sterilised sieve, and then this muslin cloth or jelly bag, and then through the funnel into the sterilised demijohn. And I'm using a dark brown demijohn for this because this is going to be hopefully quite a vivid red wine. I don't want to lose any of the colour to the sunlight, so okay, so the reason I put the sieve on top is so that every so often I can just pull it off and get rid of the fruit that's in it. Just give it a shake to get any excess juices out of. Just below the neck of the bottle. So we've got it up to here now. There's a little bit left in the bucket, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer it to this smaller demijohn. And I'll tell you what, I'll do this one up here so you've got a better idea of the colour when it goes in. Going to lift that off and give it a squeeze. There's a lot of juice in there still. Okay, so now I've got both my demijohns, and this one isn't full to the top, but it doesn't matter because at this point it's still going to be making quite a lot of carbon dioxide, so that'll soon fill the headspace and push the oxygen out, so I'm not going to be too concerned about that. I'm just going to fit it with an airlock with some sterilising solution in it. So now we have both of the demijohns filled, and basically what this one is for is when we next go to rack them, maybe in about a month's time. This brown one will probably need topping up, so this one will be really good for topping it up. So I'm not too concerned about like the space at the moment here, because what will happen is this will, because it's still quite fermenting quite a lot, this will fill up with carbon dioxide pretty quickly, pushing the oxygen out, so there won't be any spoilage from the oxygen in there. It'll stay sterile. And what I'll do as well is I'll keep them in a warm place at about probably 18 degrees, and then this one here, I'll cover this one with a black bag, like a bin bag or something like that, just to stop the sunlight getting to it. And what I can do is I can check on this and check for the clearing a lot easier than I can on this one. I mean, this will clear a bit quick because there's less volume, but it'll give you sort of a general idea when you're starting to see a bit of sediment forming that this one needs racking as well. And then also what I can do is if there's any, say I use, I don't know, half of it, it's not this one, but then I can have a little try of it as well next time as well. So for now, these are going into the warm cupboard, and we'll probably see them in about a month. So that's it for the Homebrew Wednesday video for the blueberry wine. I hope it tastes good. We won't know for a while yet though, so see you soon, guys. So now we have both of the demijohns filled, and basically what this one is for is when we next go to rack them, maybe in about a month's time, this brown one will probably need topping up, so this one will be really good for topping it up. So I'm not too concerned about like the space at the moment here, because what will happen is this will, because it's still quite fermenting quite a lot, this will fill up with carbon dioxide pretty quickly, pushing the oxygen out, so there won't be any spoilage from the oxygen in there. It'll stay sterile. And what I'll do as well is I'll keep them in a warm place at about probably 18 degrees, and then this one here, I'll cover this one with a black bag, like a bin bag or something like that, just to stop the sunlight getting to it. And what I can do is I can check on this and check for the clearing a lot easier than I can on this one. I mean, this will clear a bit quick because there's less volume, but it'll give you sort of a general idea when you're starting to see a bit of sediment forming that this one needs racking as well. And then also what I can do is if there's any, say I use, I don't know, half of it, it's not this one, but then I can have a little try of it as well next time as well. So for now, these are going into the warm cupboard, and we'll probably see them in about a month. So that's it for the Homebrew Wednesday video for the blueberry wine. I hope it tastes good. We won't know for a while yet though, so see you soon, guys.